understand what I'm talking about? Okay, so one more time. We're going to cancel out something and then replace it with I can or I do. All right? You ready? Yeah. Think of that I can't. Ready? Go. Stop! Now, get that I can in your mind, or that I do. And this is something you want to practice continuously. I do this at home. I do it in my office when nobody's around. All the time. I go and I scream at the top of my freaking lungs what it is I can do and what it is I can handle. Because sometimes I'll catch myself during the day like, oh, this is too much. No, I don't want to do that. That's right. So I have to go back and be like, I can handle this. I can deal with this. I can do this. For a single person to say that they are not challenged in that particular way, they are lying to you, and I would run away quickly. Because they're not being truthful. That's right. They're not being truthful. Every single one of us are plagued with these kinds of thoughts. Yes, sir. Every single one of us. But the difference is, do you let the negative thought hold the stronger posture, or do you let the positive thought hold the strongest posture? That's good. Whichever side has the strongest posture is going to be the side that wins. And it's going to manifest itself in your life. So, second one is what? What's the second one? Come on. You can't make money and excuses at the same time. Right? Now, truth about money. Interesting. One thing that all of us that make a lot of money know is you leverage debt. Come on now. You leverage debt. Debt is good. Debt is really freaking good if you know what to do with it. Some people like they want to get out of debt. No, get out of bad debt. Get in good debt. What do you think real estate investors are in? Do you think Donald Trump is using his own money to build all these buildings? Huh? What do you think the freaking stock market is? It's a bunch of companies, thousands of them, using other people's money. Isn't that what they're doing? Right or wrong? Right. Many of you here probably know how Spike Lee started a long time ago. He took multiple credit cards, and he started his first movie. He became incredibly rich. See, here's the thing you got to understand. You may not be able to go get a business loan. But if you have a credit card, you have a bank somewhere that says, use me. But see, the problem is the thinking behind the card. Most people use it to get frivolous stuff that depreciates the moment they buy it. That's right. As opposed to investing it in stuff that appreciates. Come on now. That can give them a positive ROI versus a negative ROI. Are you following me? Yes, sir. You will never find an intelligent, wealthy person talking about how debt is bad. Now, debt is bad if you use a credit card to buy something that's like ridiculous, like a watch. Come on. Unless it's some kind of classic collectible watch that you got at a huge discount that you know you can go resell someplace. You know what they call those people? Well, for one, you're in the prison to your credit card because your credit card bill shows up and it's like, geez, freaking whiz. And you end up paying what's called idiot tax. Come on now. Which is the interest rates on the credit card. You get taxed by the government, and then you let your credit card companies tax you. For stuff that has no more value. Come on, Stephen, that's good. None. But see, then you have a bunch of smart people. They literally go out there and try to get as many freaking credit cards as they can. Because they know that I'm going to put my money into this, I'm going to get this kind of return, I'm going to put the profits in my bank, and I'm going to pay off the credit card, and I'm going to do it all over again. And I was just having this conversation recently with some of my friends. I have one friend, and we were talking about how he does his advertising. He's like, hey man, all I do is I go and negotiate net 30 to 60 day terms, and then the moment my advertising bill comes in, I charge it to my credit card to get another 30 days, and then when the credit card bill comes in, I pay the whole thing off and not have to pay any interest. So he basically gets 60 to 90 days to float to preserve his cash. So the cash never really goes down. He takes the profits from the ads, puts it into the bank, the cash goes up, pays off the credit, repeats the cycle. It's genius. How many here have a credit card? You're a genius. You qualified for a freaking credit card. You know how many people don't qualify for a credit? Now some of them probably don't need a credit card because their life will probably be worse. Because they want a credit card to buy things that they physically, in a net liquid cash account are not able to afford. See, many people use a credit card to batter themselves, to create a situation where they're further in debt, and they kind of have this display of wealth, but they have no wealth. They're slave to the credit cards. Now they need a credit card, some kind of company to help to arbitrate and to do their debt reduction. They become a slave. You gotta understand, this world is filled with financing. This entire world is filled with financing. That's what I do. The advertising I pay for, I put on a credit card. I put on a freaking credit card. Why not? Put on a credit card, get the bill paid off. That's normal business amongst wealthy people.
That's right.
That's normal. So there's good debt and there's bad debt. How many understand the difference? If you had the opportunity to buy a piece of property that was valued at $500,000, okay, which means that you could buy this property and somebody was going to sell it to you for $100,000, but it's valued at $400,000 in instant equity, but you had no cash to do it. How many of you would figure out how to get the $100,000? Because you see the opportunity, right? Are you freaking kidding me? If you had to go get a bunch of people together to invest in it, you would do it, right? That's what investors do in stocks all the time. They're looking at a company, they're evaluating the fundamentals of the company or whatever. They're like, okay, this company looks like it's going to be a good investment. I am going to give this company my money and look to get a return on this investment. The company then takes the money, not their own, other people's money. This is such big business, you have what are called angel investors. There are people that are out there and all they look to do is give you their money so that they can get a return on it. And there's people out there that say, I will take your money and give you a return on it. So they're saying, sure, I will go in debt to you so that we can all win. How many understand what I'm talking about? Got to get your mind right. The money ain't right because the mind ain't right. Have to have a different perspective on how you go about using and leveraging your finances. Forget about all that bad debt. But see, here's the enemy. The old experiences with the bad debt will make you fearful of getting into good debt.
You're right. Come on now.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
And you can't allow that to happen. What do you have to do? Stop. Right? And be like, I can do this. I can do this. I absolutely can do this. And you be intelligent about it. Just calculate the returns. That's what wealthy people do. They look at that, and here's their evaluation. It's not, can I afford it? It's, is it worth it? You see the different evaluation? See, if it was, can they afford it, many people won't make the investment. But if it's worth it, they'll make the investment because they're going to get the return. Okay? So, what's number one under truth about money? What? Leverage debt, right? Number two about the truth about money. Money never sleeps.
Come on now.
But you do. So you need to find a system that allows you to make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. See, many of you right now, you kind of like have a time frame on how much money you can make. Like you work 8 hours, you get paid for the 8 hours. You work a full day, get paid for a full day.